Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? Good morning, and wow, what a day yesterday was. It was so awesome. I did not expect those games to be as good as they were. And wow, the London Spitfire and the New York Excelsior both fell. Two of the Korean giant powerhouses are down, boys. And we have the Boston Uprising and the Philadelphia Fusion to thank for that. Now, many of you guys are probably wondering, how did they do it? Why did these guys lose to these teams? What happened? Well, like I said in a couple of my other videos leading up to the regular season, anybody can lose to anybody at any time, guys. It's such a long season. There's so many games to be played. The best teams in the world are still going to end up taking losses. It's almost nearly impossible for these teams to go undefeated in a regular season this long. Today, we're going to talk about how they lost and why they lost. Something that I think is being really underrated right now is that every single team in the Overwatch League has the same resources. They all have coaches, they all have management, they're all in the same living conditions, they all have the same practice facility. These players on every team are living the same lives. So every single team has the same amount of resources and opportunity to become the best in the league. So because of this, players and teams that aren't known or expected to be good can become good as long as they work hard, guys. Now, this is something that every player needs to understand in Overwatch. Whether you're a pro, aspiring pro, or just someone lower ranked having fun, if you work hard, you can improve. Working hard is the best and #1 way to get better. That's the #1 way to improve. So we're going to talk about improving and becoming a better player at the end of this video, brought to you by Game Leap. So go ahead and stay tuned if you want to become a stronger, better player. We'll talk about that at the end of the video. But for now, let's move on to the teams and how they did it and how the Koreans got toppled. Alright, so let's hop into that first set that was played between the Boston Uprising and the London Spitfire. Now, I'm going to take absolutely nothing away from the Boston Uprising. Incredible set. They performed out of their minds. They deserved that win. They 100% just outplayed and outperformed the London Spitfire. Sure, many could sit here and say, well, why didn't the London Spitfire run Prophet, who's arguably the best player in the Overwatch League, on every single map? Why do they keep swapping him out? And specifically for the set, why did they only let him play the last 2 maps out of 5? So he didn't make an appearance for the first 3. Now, my response to that is, yeah, they should be playing Prophet more. I think he's one of the best players in the world. I think he brings more to the table than, Rascal and Hurag. And just in general, I think he shouldn't be subbed out as much as they are subbing him out. Maybe it had to do with the incident yesterday with the middle finger. Don't really know. I don't want to get into that too much, as he did play the last 2 maps and the Uprising still took him out on Lijiang Tower. So much credit to them. Take nothing away from them. They performed out of their minds. And I want to point out Striker. There have been a lot of pro players and teams coming out and saying that Striker is so good, one of the best players in the entire league. And I really honestly hadn't seen it yet. I mean, he looked good sometimes, but he never really peaked. But that set yesterday, it looked like he was in his zone and he was finally tapping his full potential on the stage, which is absolutely amazing to see. And that only means he's going to get better and better from here on out on the stage. So we can expect Striker to become one of the best players in the league, hands down. His tracer play looked phenomenal. It was so clean and crisp. Every blink, every melee, every bomb, it looks so clean. So much respect there to Striker. And another player I want to point out is Note from the Boston Uprising. What a hell of a performance from that guy. He hasn't really seen too much playtime, and he's one of those players where a lot of people were like, wow, who is this guy? How's he in the league? Why is he in the league? What is he doing in the league? Especially when the Boston Uprising roster was announced. There were so many questions around Note, and I'm not even going to lie, I questioned Note too. When he was first announced on the Boston Uprising, I was like, okay, there had to have been some better choices. But the Boston Uprising, Huck specifically kept saying, we're looking for coachable, hard-working players, the ones that will improve the most and shine later. And boy, did Note shine today. He proved that if you work hard, you grind, you focus on that goal that you need to achieve, you'll become a great player. And wow, he showed it today, man. The guy took out the London Spitfire. Seriously, round of applause there for Note. That's amazing to see, man. And just round of applause for everybody on the Boston Uprising, from their roster that played, their roster that didn't play. Because everybody on that team has a role, and they're all working super hard. Guys, this is a team that lost to the San Francisco Shock last week. They didn't look at that and they didn't think, oh man, you know, we shouldn't have lost to them. Crap, we're in a really bad spot. What are we going to do? And start panicking. No, I guarantee you they just focused up. They're like, all right, you know, we lost to the Shock. It was close. What did we do wrong? What do we need to do to beat the London Spitfire next week? And they prepared their asses off, and that preparation came in clutch. You could see it. The way they were playing, especially on Anubis, you could just tell they had set plays, they had set counters for the London Spitfire. And wow, speaking of Anubis, that was just an incredible performance by the Boston Uprising. They just capped so fast. They ran through point A, and then they ran through point B, capped immediately, and then their defense was absolutely stellar, on point. And again, just an overall amazing performance by the Boston Uprising. These guys are literally only going to improve. Like, honestly, this is such a big game for them, for their confidence, their motivation. They're only going to work harder now. They can easily, I mean, who knows, guys? They can easily become a top 3 team now. That's all it takes for a team like this. You get over one little hump like this, and you can see all the possibilities. Now they see all they have to do is reach out and grab it, pull it in, take it. These guys can become a top 3 team. They can become one of the best teams in the entire league. And I don't want to hear you guys in the comments, oh, it's just one game, Michael, don't hype them up. No, you don't. You guys got to understand, one set like this, what it can do for a team is incredible. They can go on an insane run now and just destroy every team. That's the possibilities. Sure, they could go out and lose their next game and lose the rest of them. That's a possibility too. But instead of that possibility, I'm going to lean towards the one that they're going to keep improving. They're going to keep getting wins, and they're going to become a top team. I can see the Boston Uprising easily making the playoffs. But that's pretty much it for this set, guys. Kudos to the Boston Uprising. Incredible performance. London Spitfire will bounce back. Let's move on to the next set, the New York Excelsior and the Philadelphia Fusion. Wow, this set was good, man. The Philadelphia Fusion and the New York Excelsior put on a show for us, guys. Super close, back and forth the entire time. I never knew who was going to win what map. Oh, man. Dude, Shadowburn and Carpe played so good today, man. Those guys were on fire, and I love to see the diversity in Shadowburn's hero pool, especially on Elios. He was playing Junkrat, he was playing Tracer. They were doing really good. They were super close to beating New York Excelsior on Elios. They would have been the first team to deliver Pine a loss. Unfortunately, though, it didn't go their way. NYXL were able to pick up Elios, but my main point here is that it was super close. It went down to 1-1, basically 99-99, and Shadowburn was playing Junkrat, he was playing Tracer. He wasn't just sticking on that Genji, so being able to see him perform at a high level on multiple heroes definitely proves to me that Shadowburn is not only one of the best Genjis in the league, but one of the best players in the league. And after this win, Philadelphia Fusion just looked like a great team. And it's just so surprising that they beat New York, because coming into this game, New York looked so good last week. I mean, those guys were wrecking faces. Both the LA teams last week got absolutely dismantled, stomped by the New York Excelsior. And this week, you know, they didn't get destroyed by the Philadelphia Fusion, but the Philadelphia Fusion, you know, they brought it to them. They were down in the series 2-1. They came back and won it 3-2. So all of the credit in the world over to the Philadelphia Fusion. They completely earned this victory. Carpe's Widowmaker yesterday looked so much better than it's looked so far. As well as, dude, God, it's like these guys powered up, dude. I swear these guys powered up. These guys went from getting reverse swept by the Los Angeles Gladiators last week to just going toe-to-toe with the New York Excelsior and taking them out. Like, there's not too much to say about this set. Like, it was just two good teams going head-to-head, battling back and forth, and at the end of the day, the better team won. They really did. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Fusion. Just like the Boston Uprising, there's nowhere to go but up. I can see both these teams making the playoffs. Ah, man, there's just so many pretty good teams in the middle of the pack that you can expect to make the playoffs, but, like, some are going to miss out. And to be honest, now you really got to start worrying for the Dallas Fuel, because 2 of the next 3 games that the Dallas Fuel have to play are against the Boston Uprising and the Philadelphia Fusion. And coming off big wins like this, man, you got to think the Dallas Fuel are actually in some serious trouble. They're 0-4 right now. If they end up losing 2 of the next 3 games, they'll be 1-6 and potentially 0-7 if they drop the San Francisco game as well. So Dallas is really in some trouble. If they can't get some wins very soon, they're going to start fading away from the playoff run. I mean, I know we're only in stage 1, but starting off like 0-7, 1-6, it's going to be hard to climb back. They can do it, but it's going to be hard. And that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I want to say congratulations one last time to Philly and Boston. Be sure to join the Discord, guys. Link will be down in the description and in the comments. We're doing a viewing party for New York Excelsior versus Seoul Dynasty today. Do not miss out. Like and subscribe to the channel, guys. And let's talk about Game Leap here, because I'm only going to shoot you straight. And if you want to improve, if your goal at the end of the day is to become the best player you can be and potentially go pro, Game Leap is the #1 option to help you do that. On Game Leap, there are so many tips and tricks to help bolster your play, delivered directly from the best players and professionals in the game. Now trust me, guys, I've sifted through the website. I wouldn't feed you guys any crap. I've been approached by many sponsors so far, and I've only taken this one because I know that the product they deliver is absolutely amazing and can actually benefit and help you guys so much. Signing up for a membership gives you an absolutely huge advantage over everyone else around you, and it only costs $5 per month with my discount link. Again, I highly recommend Game Leap for you if your goal is to improve and get better as a player, because I know it will truly help you. There's zero risk, because if you don't enjoy it, you will get a full refund. Go ahead and click on the link to get a premium membership on Game Leap and start winning and improving today.